Gothic Rock Radio Show on WMPG.
Hello, I am the Crypt Keeper, and welcome to the Gothic Rock Radio Show on WMPG. Every week I drag you further through the crypt as I dig up only the best Gothic rock and metal ever made, and leave the rest for the other stations to play. So now you can leave your CDs at home and let me pick out the music. It'll leave your hands free to do other things. Thanks for staying up late and joining me as I work the graveyard shift tonight. Tonight's show is the special Christmas episode of the Gothic Rock Radio Show called The Night Without a Santa Claus. It was 2 nights before Christmas, and I was down in the crypt here at WMPG, digging through my drawers again. I was shoveling coal into the fireplace and going through CDs when I heard a noise coming from the rooftop, from down the chimney. I thought to myself, who could this be? Could it be Santa? No. I have been really naughty this year on the Gothic Rock Radio Show, and he can tell who's been naughty and who's been nice. And I made the top of the naughty list twice in 1 year. But I could hear the shouts of ho 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 anyway, and I was wondering what he could have brought me this year. Santa came down my chimney and fell into the fire. He caught on fire and burned up fast because he had a big bag of coal just for me, while everyone else got toys and candy. Now it's gonna be a night without a Santa Claus unless I can do something fast. And that's how I became the sub for Santa this Christmas Eve. I went outside and got a ladder, climbed onto the roof, and got in Santa's sleigh. I told Rudolph and the rest of the reindeer to put the pedal to the heavy metal and floor this baby. I've got to get back to the North Pole. I got a stiff to go berry. I could hear crowds of people shout with glee. Look up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Kris Kringle. He stole Santa's sleigh. I threw what was left of the coal out at them and headed back to the North Pole. I'm thinking about keeping all these Christmas presents for me. You're all naughty. I made it to the North Pole with what was left of Santa's body. I was greeted by Mrs. Claus herself. I told her what had happened, that her husband got stuck in my chimney while bringing me coal for Christmas. She said, he has been getting fatter every year since eating all of those cookies. And since the elves also work at the fudge packing plant when Christmas is all over. Don't worry, dear. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Would you be a dear and sub for Santa this year? I told her, sure, I have nothing else better to do at 11:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. on a Monday night. And there is plenty of time to sleep when I am dead. I traveled from here and there, from to and fro. I even left the beaten path, and I have struck gold on my way down this treasure trail. On my trek through the forest and the fields, I even had to trim a few bushes along the way. I passed the Grand Canyon and almost fell in that hole. I don't know how Santa gets this all done in one night. I still haven't left Mrs. Claus's bed. I have to go now to travel the world. These presents aren't going to deliver themselves. Mrs. Claus said, why don't you stay in bed with me and use overnight delivery? Thanks for shaving me. I haven't seen Mount Camel Toe in years. Santa never takes me anywhere. I said, it's a nice view from up here, but I have to go. The reindeer are getting hungry, and I have my rounds to do. So I made my rounds all night long, traveling from North Pole to the south, and from the west to the east, listening to WMPG, streaming live on the internet, Santa's sleigh. delivering coal to the bad boys and girls and presents to the good ones. I left their presents by the doors or threw sacks of quarters in their windows. I wasn't going down no chimneys. I checked my list all off except for one, myself. I have already gotten coal earlier, which I used to keep my fire going and to keep warm. But my name was on the good list this time for helping out Santa. There it is. Chris Kringle gets some brand new drawers, put his CDs in. Now it's time to get back to WMPG. It's almost the end of the show. I dug down deep into my new drawers. I had an itch for some new gothic music, and I pulled out these next songs for you and found a bone that I have to go bury out in the cemetery. I hope that you enjoyed my story of the night without a Santa Claus, and of how I became Santa, and that even sinners can become saints, like St. Christopher and St. Nicholas, and remember to keep Christ in Christmas. Now I am out of here with my reindeer. On Dasher, on Prancer, Dancer, Vixen, and Dixon, and the rest of you. Hee-yah! Let's put the pedal to metal. I have to get back to Mrs. Claus. I have enough time for one last song. Make sure you stay tuned for Urban Sickness. I will see you again next week at the same time on WMPG.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas!